You're now live.
Why did it end? Why is there a limit?
I don't know. We're back on.
No, you know why there's a limit? Because there are people narcissistic enough at home that would stream. They'd just go.
Their whole
wake
life.
up and they would hit stream and it'd be like the Truman Show.
Yeah. Well, people are tuning back in.
All right, we're back.
We're back. We are deglazing the pan with white wine that's good enough to drink.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to say this. This is going to be probably very controversial. For those of you who don't drink, disregard. For those of you who are too young, I'm not recommending it. But for the money, for white wine lovers, now look, I like if someone's going to, let me turn this down. It's getting serious now. So if somebody's going to give you a fantastic bottle of white Burgundy from France and spend the money on a Montrachet or an Etienne Sauzet, which is Montrachet, let them do it. But for the money, for American white wines, Chardonnay from California, for the money, how much you're going to spend versus what you're going to get. And there's a lot of somms and sommeliers that are going to hate me for saying this, including some of my friends. But the Rumbauer, it's like $35. It's really, really good.
All right, so for everybody who's just tuning in, we are coronavirus quarantine cuisine.
This is quarantine cuisine.
Halfway through shrimp Bruno.
Shrimp Bruno.
With Caesar salad, world's best Caesar salad.
Yeah.
That's the oil that the shrimp was cooked in, being deglazed with tons of delicious things. That's the shrimp that Ryan cooked.
Yeah.
And the salad is up next.
It's about to be prepped. Yeah.
That's chopped romaine.
Yeah. So this is a slightly altered recipe. I see one lemon seed in there I'm going to get right now. This is how you see, you watch cooking shows and everything is so flawless, but
it's all staged.
It's all staged. It's edited to hell and back. This is real. This is how we cook. We cook barefooted in this house because you know what?
Throw caution to the wind.
If someone's gonna drop a knife, it better be on me.
And for the people who are new to the stream, ask us questions. I'll spit them out to Ryan down in the comments below.
Boom.
Boom.
Look at this. Okay. We're going to toss this boy. Look at that. In there.
Back in the pan. Who taught you how to cook?
Nobody. Me. Actually, I need to reduce this down a little bit more. I'm going to glaze these shrimp, and then I'm going to put them back on the plate, keep them warm, and reduce this down a little bit more. When I moved out of my house when I was 17, my senior year of high school. I moved to Colorado. Lived with my aunt and uncle, Pam and Tim. Shout out Pam and Tim Mobley. They were youth pastors. I crashed at their place, and then I crashed with my other aunt, Carol, and my cousins, Kristen, Carly, and Candace. And during that time, once you move out of the house and you don't live with your parents, I don't know anybody that's watching that moved out like young. 17 is kind of young to move out, I feel like. It was like, and I mean like I moved out right after I turned 17. And after that, you just start fending for yourself. The second you're not being coddled by your parents, you're fending for yourself. And so that was me. And I, unfortunately, had a habit of liking really good food. And so I had to learn how to cook. And then I moved to New York right after I graduated college. I moved straight to Brooklyn, actually. Or no. What am I saying? Brooklyn. Hoboken. I moved to Hoboken. Shout out Hoboken. And I lived with a whole gang of guys. Oh. Yeah. You do that. Okay. And then we're going to... All right. So, yeah. So I'm going to answer some questions this way. So I moved to Hoboken, and I lived with a bunch of guys in a brownstone, and one of them really knew how to cook, and he knew how to cook healthy, and he was really fit. And so he showed me how he was cooking, and I became obsessed with the fact that this dude that was my age, he was 21, he knew how to cook, and I didn't know how to cook. And it was like one of those moments, someone shows you something, and you're like, oh my God, I want to know how to cook. And I was there for music. I moved to New York to do music. And so he showed me one or two dishes that he was making. I memorized those dishes. And then I moved to Nashville. And then I was really living on my own, and I started cooking. And I haven't stopped since then. And it's actually, I have other friends that are songwriters, producers that love to cook. And it's a weird thing about cooking. You're creating something, so it's like doing music. It's like making a song. But unlike songwriting, where when you finish a song, there's no guarantee anybody's going to like it. Like there's just like zero chance or guarantee that everyone's going to like it. When you're cooking, you have some kind of guideline because you're following a recipe that you already know people like. And so there's a little bit of a safety net. There's a safety net there. And so, yeah, I kind of like that. And I like also that with cooking, you're being creative, but it's one of the only things I can do where my mind isn't thinking about what song do I need to write. I'm on Songland next week. We're taping. I need to finish this song. I need to make this call. I got to check on this building. I got to do, because I do all these crazy things that have nothing to do with music and have plate spinning. And when you're cooking, you can only focus on the food, because if you don't, it burns. And that's my speech on cooking, y'all. All right, we're going to keep reducing that down.
Yes, sir.
Any more questions as I'm cooking? No, we love everything you do. What was your inspiration behind Let's Hurt Tonight? Being married and being in a relationship. I mean, everything, honestly. Will you sing a little bit of Better, either tonight or tomorrow? That's probably almost there. It's almost there. Favorite one song? Will you play Choke? I would love to. Who's with you? Yeah, Tyler. Wife and kids are good. They're not sick. They're healthy. What's for dessert? We haven't made it yet. Red Concert on DVD. Red Rocks on DVD anytime soon. We are actually editing it right now. Any collabs? We're actually reaching out to somebody right now. How did you meet your wife? Colorado State University. Fall break. Spring break. What's your favorite song you've ever written and produced? Honestly, don't know. I'm answering a lot of questions right now.
Love the speed round.
Speed round. Meaning behind burning bridges. Relationship. Again, relationship. Next song, I don't know. Is Trump something? Do you like Puerto Rican food? Yes. Hell yeah. Favorite jazz song? Take 5, Dave Brubeck. Thoughts on Hunter Hayes? He's super talented, super dope. What made you choose to make string instruments? Obsessed with orchestral music for One Republic, that's why. Can I get a connection? Will you tour in the U.S.? Yes, this summer, provided we can tour and we can actually put it on sale. Coronavirus has kind of screwed us up. Kid Rock. What? I don't know the question. What dating advice do you have to someone in their 20s? This is actually a good one, because I dated in my 20s. I married the girl that I dated in my 20s, too. Dating advice for people in their 20s. I'm going to make this short. Until you're 25 years old, you don't know who you are 95% of the time. There are 5% of people that actually have their life figured out or know who they want to be with or who they are by that age. It's extremely rare. My advice to you would be, don't settle down with the person that you want to marry or that you think you're going to marry. Like, keep it loose until 25. Keep it loose until 25. Trust me, keep it loose. Keep it, hey, I like you. This is great. Let's feel this out. Keep it loose until 25. Something changes, and then you kind of figure out who you are. I write with Noah. Yeah. Come to Portland, Oregon. Dating in your 30s. Keep it loose until 35. Keep it loose until 35. You don't know who you are until 35. That's my advice. Allie Sherlock. Hopefully this summer. That'd be amazing. Just a random question. Have you ever met Chris Martin? I've met Chris a few times, and he's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy. He's really nice, actually. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you something. That's good. That's good. You
Amazing.
can pull that off. Sorry, I'm cooking while I'm talking to you. That's called reduced. That's a sauce right there. See? You burn the alcohol off. I'll show you. Chris is actually, Martin is a super, super nice guy. I'm going to show you. He used my studio in Denver one time. And he gave me a gift afterwards. Wait, is it in here? I thought it was in here. Hold on a second. I'm a huge James Bond fan. As some of you might know, wow, there's my clothes. There's a lot of missing clothes in here. That's really interesting. Sorry, I'm walking through my studio right now. These are plaques. People get records. When you see record producers and they have tons of plaques everywhere, this is to musicians and songwriters out there. If you see record producers with plaques everywhere, be careful. Be careful how much you want to work with them. Be careful how much time you spend with them, because they're doing a hard, obvious flex on you the moment you walk in their studio. And you're just like, oh my God, I'm intimidated. And it messes with your head. When I see a bunch of plaques on a producer's wall, it's like a psych out, and it's not a good sign. So this is where I keep 95% of my plaques. No, not even 95%. Most of them are actually in a different closet, but this is where I keep some plaques, actually. Right here. This is me doing a super low-key closeted flex. Grammy plaques, signed footballs, stuff like that. Be careful how you flex. I'm looking for something very specific that I thought was in this room. Okay, well, even if I can't find it, I'll tell you what it was. Yeah, but Chris Martin used my studio. I met him, I don't even know, probably 7 years ago, something like that, 7 or 8 years ago. And he used my studio in Denver for a few days. And then saw this. I'm about to show you this. Check it out. This is my James Bond GoldenEye pinball machine. And he figured out that I was a big James Bond fan, and he bought me the Moonraker gun, the white laser Moonraker gun from the movie, and left it as a gift, like with the letter, which was very thoughtful. Thank you, Chris. All right, take that. We're going to make some other stuff.
Switch sides.
All right.
Sauce is reduced.
Sauce is reduced. Yep, that smells about right. Shrimp go back in. We're going to coat the shrimp. Any more questions? There's actually more questions than I could possibly answer.
Yeah, I've been fielding them.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I never do this, so it's cool. Look at this coated shrimp.
Blink twice if you're working on the new Adele project. Look at the shrimp.
Look at the shrimp. Look at the shrimp. God. Yeah, normally I would want this sauce to be a little bit thicker. You know what? I could do, actually. That's fine. This is going to taste amazing. And I'm going to test it. Gangster. One. That's amazing. Wow. I'm going to post both recipes when we're done. You're welcome. Any questions? Tyler, hit me.
All right, let's scroll up a little bit here.
It's a cooking show. We got to keep talking. I got to tell stories about how my grandma made this. I've seen every cooking show. You know, my grandfather used to make shrimp bruno. When I grew up in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, it was just the most delicious thing of all time.
Would you rather get paid to cook for your wife or sing for your wife?
Cook. Because she would not keep a straight face if I sang for her. She would lose her mind if I did that all the time.
What are you doing at home these days on quarantine?
I'm gonna add a little bit of this, by the way. I'm gonna add a little mustard. Like boom. Look at that. And a little butter, and just make a thickener, like a thicker sauce to put over this when we're done on the salad. What was the last question?
What are you doing with your days while on quarantine?
What are we doing? We're finishing the album. Finally got back into exercising yesterday. Tomorrow I'm drawing a line because I think like everybody else, we've been obsessed with CNN and the news, and it's been over the top. And I end up way too much texting and calling. I've been on the phone texting and calling people which I guess is cool because you can't physically be with anybody. So I think everybody is texting and calling way more than they normally would. but to the point that it hurts my voice. Like I'm sick of talking all day. And tomorrow I want to actually take the next 9 days and be intentional and read. I have books now. There's a chef who I love, Nobu Matsuhisa. I have his book. I want to read that book. There's history books. I got a whole bag of books that I want to read. I'm a massive fan of reading. I want to recently, probably about 4 weeks ago, started meditating every day, taking little moments of time where you pray or meditate and actually do that. I think we've just all been caught up in the last 3 or 4 days of what's happening with the world and what's going on, and we're all addicted, or at least I'm saying this, I'm projecting it, but I'm addicted to the updates and news and is it getting better? Is it getting worse? When does life go back to normal? Because we have a tour that we were about to announce on the Today Show. I'm not telling you when it was or who it was with. We have a whole tour, a world tour planned for this year, and now it's giant question mark. So all that stresses me out. So I'm trying to, tomorrow I'm going to get back to the balance and have a normal life.
Absolutely. And important question.
Yeah.
From at Abby Stovall 13.
Yeah.
Book recommendations? Question mark.
Recommendations? Okay. The Devil in the White City. First of all, The Devil in the White City. If you're American and you care. Actually, no, let me remove that. Devil in the White City, Conquistador. If you like history at all, which is the story of Cortez conquering Montezuma and Tenochtitlan and what is now Mexico City. That whole history thing is fascinating to me. I would say other books that I've loved recently. Oh my God, the Phil Knight, Just Do It. The Phil Knight biography or autobiography or whatever it is incredible. Great Expectations, Charles Dickens. When all else fails, I go back to the fail-safes. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, one of the greatest books of all time. There you go. There's my 3 or 4 books.
Boom.
What else you got?
A lot of people really wanted you to close the refrigerator. It's closed.
It's closed.
It's closed.
The refrigerator's closed. If my wife watches any of this, she's going to be laughing because of how long it's taking me to get through 2 meals. This whole show, we've been going on for an hour and 15 minutes. This should have been done. All right, so I'm gonna give the big reveal. I forgot the Parmesan for the Caesar salad, so I had to make this dish take 3 times longer than it takes. So I've just been not bullshitting you, but kind of bullshitting you because I didn't have the missing ingredient for the Caesar salad. But we're moving on to the Caesar right now. All right, we got this sucker back on.
How was it working with Lady Gaga?
All right, so it's interesting. I'm not going to give too much away on the Lady Gaga thing. I wrote with her probably a year and a half ago for Star is Born. I came in at the beginning of that process, before they even knew really what it was going to be, before they knew what it's going to sound like. So what I worked on for that film was the first week of songwriting for the movie. That didn't make the movie, which is fine, because that went on and it was incredible. Another song that I wrote, I found out, ended up in her hands, and ended up making the album through a friend of mine who produced the album. And it's a very special song, and a very, very unique song. And I have to be very careful what I say, because
You don't have to say anymore. You don't have to say anymore.
That's it.
That's all you got to say about that.
That's all you need, folks. Yeah. Flash one.
So the thing about cooking, for those of you who don't cook or are new to cooking, it's all in flux. You go with the flow.
Well, when you're burning time waiting for Parmesan, you'll do anything.
You got to taste it. You got to smell it. You got to look at it, and you got to adjust.
Yeah. All right. So these shrimp are going to go into the warmer. Look how good those look. Look how good those look. All right. Let me turn that up to...
Have you ever been to Alaska?
Yeah, we played the Alaska State Fair. We played the Alaska State Fair like 5 years ago. I'd love to go back. I would absolutely love to go back. Loved it. Yeah.
What is your favorite album by the band? Not One Republic, the band, the band.
Oh, the band?
No, I'm kidding. One Republic.
What the hell? That's so random. My favorite album? My favorite album is Oh My Mind. It's the album we didn't promote. It's the album we didn't, well, we kind of promoted. My favorite album we've done is the album that almost ended the band, which is our last album, Oh My Mind. For those of you who haven't heard it, because like we really did kind of kill that album. If you liked Native and you're like, oh, that's the guy that did Counting Stars and Apologize or Good Life or whatever, you should go check out Oh My Mind.
What's your favorite song off Oh My My?
Favorite song off On My Mind is either Choke or the Peter Gabriel song,
AI.
AI. I like doing stuff that's different, and that album is all over the place, but it's the most musical, like, fun flex that we've ever done. It was just so awesome. I love that album.
That's AI off of Oh My My, featuring Peter Gabriel.
Featuring Peter Gabriel, yeah. Featuring Peter Gabriel. All right, so this is just to have a little bit of extra sauce if I need it. Just to zhuzh, as Jonathan Van Ness would say. Just, zhuzh it up.
What is the most
wants to be
cheesiest song that you know you love?
No Vacancy. I mean, I wrote it, and I knew when I wrote it, I was like, this is a little cheesy. This is a little cheesy, but we're going to put it out because...
You mean No Vacancy?
No Vacancy. No Vacancy! Like, no, the cheesy song that I love. Cheesy song that I love would be... Watch the hands. Oh, look at that. It's amazing. Okay, yeah. Milli Vanilli, Blame It on the Rain. That's taking it way, way back. I love Call Me Maybe. I love... I mean, what's cheesy?
Cheesy is relative.
Cheesy is relative. Now, like, that's where we're at. Everybody's so... everybody's...
Ooh, you're getting called out.
What?
At Will's mom, 19. That wasn't 20 seconds of washing, Ryan.
Oh my God. No, it wasn't. But it's 1 second per minute of naughtiness and dirtiness. Sorry, not naughtiness. I don't know why I just said that.
Took a left turn.
That just took a left turn. It's 1 minute. It's 1 second for every minute of dirtiness, and I was only dirty for about 2 minutes. So
those are actual CDC guidelines.
Those are CDC guidelines. You need to go on cdc.gov or check your local pharmacist. Yeah.
What are your wife and kids' favorite One Republic songs?
Wife and kids. My wife had I think one of them, we have a song called What You Wanted off Native. And I think my wife's favorite song, or one of them, is probably What You Wanted. Something I Need would be up there. That's a good question. I've never actually asked her that. I know Oh My My had quite a few of them that she liked. But I don't know. Fingertips on Oh My My, I know she liked that one. Kind of guessing right now. I don't know.
Well, I've got a question for you, Ryan. What's next?
What's next is finally the Caesar salad. The shrimp are warming. We've got our sliced lemon. We've got water that's about to be boiling. We're going to drop an egg in. And then the Caesar dressing comes together like this. So I probably only have another 10 minutes with you. 10.
Well,
maybe 12 at the most. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Let's get cracking.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this in the freezer. So I don't know any chefs that do this. And by the way, For the record, this meal combined is under an hour. So like if you make it, it's 45 minutes. I've stretched this out because I'm answering questions. I had to kill 30 minutes to wait for Parmesan, but normally this meal takes about 45 minutes to 60 minutes if you do both of them at the same time. So just to keep this cold, I'm gonna throw this in the fridge. Sometimes you can shock it in the freezer. I like cold lettuce. Wait, hold on, check this out. This is quarantine cuisine.
Shout out Amy's.
Shout out Amy's Natural.
And Salt and Straw.
Yeah.
Well, while you get cracking on that, I'm going to quickly answer for all the people that have been asking about an acoustic set, a live stream. Tomorrow, on the One Republic page, there's going to be a live stream.
7 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to do a mini concert at what's now basically effectively the One Republic studio. We're going to do, I think maybe 5 songs. I'm throwing that out. 5 songs. We'll do some One Republic, and we'll work in 1 or 2 cover songs that I've written for other artists. You know what would be great, actually? I don't know how you do this, but would be to ask everybody, what songs do you want to hear?
All right. So everybody in the live stream, you know what? Ryan's going to do a post.
Yeah.
Ryan's going to do a post and comment on the post what songs you want to hear.
Yeah.
Songs from One Republic and songs that Ryan's written.
Yeah.
And you'll hear some of them tomorrow. A lot of them you won't.
You tell us, and we're probably going to do that multiple times over the next week because we're all in this together and we're all hanging out and everybody feels weird and is looking for something to do to feel interactive with humans that isn't just watching Netflix as much as that rules. So yeah, so you tell us what you want to hear. And if I actually know the song, even if I don't, we'll learn it. Even if it's a One Republic, if it gets enough requests, we'll do it. Songs I've written for other people, songs I've done for One Republic. Preferably not songs that aren't One Republic that I've not done for other people.
Yeah.
Someone's like, sit on the dock of the bay.
Because we still have an album to finish.
Yeah,
we still have an album to finish.
We still need to finish an album.
So we can't spend too much time on
Yeah,
covers.
we do. Okay. Croutons. All right. This anymore.
Wait, the microphone is blocked. People are saying the microphone is blocked. Is the microphone still blocked? Can you, in the comments, quickly let me know?
How do you... Wait.
I don't see a microphone button. No, it seems like we're good here.
We're good?
Yeah. All right. We're moving on to the Caesar salad.
Moving on to the Caesar salad. So I'm going to get a bowl. All right. First thing we have to do. Actually, you know what? Let's get this egg going. Here we go.
Egg.
1 solitary egg.
That's the Instagram world record egg.
Watch this. The best way to do this, when I'm at home, I have a giant slotting spoon that helps me do this. I don't have that here. You have to boil an egg for exactly 1 minute. So can you grab your phone? Set it for, when I drop this in there, set the alarm for 1 minute.
Hey Siri. Set an alarm for 1 minute. Go.
Okay, all right. So this Caesar requires 1 egg boiled for 1 minute. I don't like gutting. That was not a minute. Dude, that was not a minute. Shit.
No, it's fine. We're good. We're good.
Set a timer now for 30 seconds. Close your texts.
All right. Here we go.
30 seconds. Do 30 seconds. Because literally it cooks if you don't do it right.
25.
25. Go. All right.
Go.
So I've done real anchovies before. They always require Caesars every. You can do no anchovy Caesar. It doesn't taste the same. You need some of that fish.
The
I prefer to do
umami.
this, the umami, and you don't need much. Trust me. About 1.5 inches to 2 inches of this is all you need. It comes out like in a little thing. Don't get grossed out, people. Come on. There we go. Tell me when to get the spoon. Oh, shit. Let me get a bowl. Boom.
And go.
There we go. Just wait a minute. What sucks about pulling an egg out of boiling water is that shit is hot. God damn. I don't want any water in it. There we go. There we go. That's about what it's supposed to look like too. Hold on. All right.
So you got to beat the egg.
Yeah, beat that egg.
RIP egg 2020 says at HCS_Bella Bear.
All right. R.I.P. egg.
RIP egg.
Now, what am I doing?
Oh,
Wash my hands.
washing your hands for 20 seconds, Ryan.
All right, you want to count? This is boring as hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Didn't you have like a song?
Yeah, you all should Google One Republic, Jimmy Kimmel, wash your hands. Everybody, tonight, when we finish this, Google One Republic, Jimmy Kimmel, wash your hands.
Well, yeah, a lot of people have mentioned the hand washing song.
Yeah, you guys gotta watch it. You just use a poo-poo scooper. All right. Boom.
Sing happy birthday twice apparently works, but that's much more boring than the One Republic Jimmy Kimmel hand washing song.
All right, we're done with this. Hot boiling water. Now that's a good reason to not go barefoot, but I'm going barefoot anyway. All right.
Look, I don't appreciate all the people calling me out on the comments for accidentally setting the wrong kind of timer. I'm getting roasted right now, Ryan.
Amazing. All right, we have one last thing to do. I got about 5 minutes left, everybody. Yeah, we can make it that. That works. Who wants to see Brent Cutzel?
I think Brent Cutzel at this point is a little bit like Tinkerbell. We have to believe in the fact that Brent Cutzel might show up at some point.
We're gonna make the Caesar salad dressing. I'm also gonna plate this.
For all the people who are saying this is going to end before we see the final product, that is not true. This will be plated. We don't have to
No, that's dirty knife. I don't want to do that. Super professional. I've done so many cooking shows. But guess what? When we do it again in 2 nights, either tomorrow night or the following night, we're going to do it again. And I'm going to truncate the whole thing down to like 30 minutes so it's actually palatable. At this point, it's a 90-minute cooking show, which is ridiculous. But if you have any questions,
Oh my gosh.
now forever hold your peace.
I am getting completely destroyed in the comments.
For your timer,
For my timer, and apparently I keep putting my finger over the mic.
stop doing both of those things. Please stop doing both of those things.
Hey,
This is all brand new from Costco and from local grocers.
yeah. Oh, at PM45138 has a huge picture of Brent Cutzel hanging in their dining room.
Oh, I really don't know what to say about that. Thank you.
Ryan, would you like to be a judge on the show Chopped?
Yes, 100%. By the way, I have been asked to do some of those, like being a judge on Iron Chef, all that stuff. Please, Chopped. Yes, the answer is. Question is, all right, I have a question for you guys. Where are you watching from? I want everyone to say
Spam the comments.
spam the comments right now, the city, the state, the country, whatever wherever I'm going to recognize, I just say wherever you're from as long as I recognize it. If you're some random ass town in like Argentina, just say Argentina. But I want to know where you're from.
All right. Here we go. We want you in Peru. So there's Peru.
Peru! Yes!
Come back to the Netherlands.
Netherlands, yes!
Nashville, Sydney,
Yes.
Knoxville,
Yes!
Seattle.
Yes!
Adam Shankman says, you know where I live. Alaska, Bay Area, the toilet, Costa Rica,
Adam Shankman, I'm on quarantine, bitch!
Cleveland, Ohio, Auckland, New Zealand.
Ooh, Auckland, love. Cleveland, love. I love all these. This is all over the place.
You love Auckland as much as you love Fresno, California,
Fresno, I love
Columbia,
Fresno.
Vancouver,
Yes.
Atlanta,
Keep
Japan, Toronto. Probably a typo.
Probably, Toronto.
The locals would say Toronto.
Toronto.
The
Yeah.
silent T.
Yeah.
Unlike the shrimp, which has a strong...
Shrimp. Hold on, I gotta eat the white wine vinegar, which I feel like might be a problem. It was sitting right here. Keep going. Where's everybody?
Let's check the shelf. Buenos Aires, Argentina,
There it is. Got it.
Michigan,
Ooh, Argentina. See? I knew it. Argentina. Shout out Argentina.
New York, Tokyo, Montreal, Scranton, Pennsylvania,
Scranton, PA. Yes. This is
Indonesia.
incredible. This is amazing.
Montreal,
Montreal. Merci beaucoup.
deep inside the hollow moon,
Ooh, that sounds painful.
South Korea,
South Korea, what's up?
NYC, Maryland, Massachusetts.
One of the best meals I ever had in my life was in South Korea. Seoul, South Korea, Korean barbecue, open till 3 in the morning, Michelin star, absolutely mind-blowing, crazy good.
Coffee capital, Melbourne, Australia.
Coffee capital, Melbourne,
Coffee capital.
Australia. All right, I want to say something about Australia coffee. I love coffee, as anybody knows. The person that's watching from the Netherlands, so when we played Utrecht, we stayed in Amsterdam for 6 days. In every city that we go to in the world, I try to find the best coffee shop that exists in that city. I do research. I'm a total dork about this. Like the day before, sometimes 3 days before, sometimes 3 months before, I start doing research. I read blogs, I read local newspapers, I read travel reviews. I try to find the best coffee shops in every city, and then that's where I go. I'll hit 4 coffee shops in a day. But our favorite in Amsterdam, and I think part of it was because we were so close to it, but the vibe and just the coffee and everything, is Il Momento. So that's my shout out.
El Momento.
Yeah.
People are still dropping where they're from.
Keep going.
At Genevieve Tedder says, our house, sad face.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not feel bad. I wish I was home. Instead, she's witnessing exactly what I would be doing at home, which is taking 90 minutes to make a 45-minute meal.
Well, you said earlier, we're at home together,
We're at home together.
but separate.
Yeah, quarantine
Cuisine. Quarantine cuisine.
Quarantine cuisine from Ryan Tedder. There you go. To your house. So I want to thank the beautiful people from Tabasco. I don't know how you act Tabasco, but I did one post on Instagram like 9 months ago about Tabasco because it's amazing. They sent me this gift box of Tabasco, which we're going to use right
Gorgeous.
now. So gorgeous.
You know, Ryan, the green Tabasco,
Yeah.
fantastic in a breakfast sandwich.
It is. It is fantastic in a breakfast sandwich. I try to avoid using the word fantastic, but it works. It works in a breakfast sandwich. Okay. We have habanero hot. Which one's this one? Cayenne garlic sauce? Or cayenne garlic sauce? That actually
Ryan, can you say Pomona, California?
Pomona, California, Glass House. We played there. We've played Pomona twice. We've played just about every venue in California. So, you name it, we've been there, folks. Tabasco, where you at? I have a bunch there, but I have a pre-opened, just plain Tabasco. Oh, there it is. I have like 5 Tabascos. My God, this is amazing.
So to Ryan's point, I can say that this man is a tyrant in any city. He knows the best coffee, the best food, no matter where we are. I have a great memory of him giving me basically a free tour of New Orleans.
That's right.
And then us going to, what's the spot that we got the beignets at?
Oh, Cafe Du Monde.
Cafe Du Monde. We're sitting there, beignets and coffee. We go to take our first bite. I inhale the powder from the beignet, and just cough up powdered sugar all over.
Anybody that's ever been to Cafe Du Monde in New Orleans, if you take a bite of the beignet and you breathe in, if you've ever had a beignet, if you breathe in, it's instant. You think you're gonna die because it just blocks your lungs, and then you physically can't breathe for the next 5 minutes. You're just coughing.
Yeah. So I basically, I mean, it was maybe one of the first times I spent any significant time with Ryan, and coughed up powdered sugar all over him and Jared Bettis.
That was amazing.
Incredible. Great tour guide though, Ryan, and you don't have to pay.
No, you don't have to pay because I've been on tour for 13 years, and at about year 3 or 4, I got to the point where I was like, if we're gonna keep, are you blocking shit again?
No, I'm trying not to.
Suck. I got to the point after 3 years of touring where I was like, if this is gonna be my life, I'm not gonna be one of those artists that hangs out in a hotel or backstage in a venue 12 hours a day. That leads, when people are like, why do musicians and recording artists, why do they do drugs? Why do they become alcoholics? Why do they do all this stuff? It's because you spend so much time isolated in a hotel or a venue with nothing but time. You get bored, and when you get bored, well, there's free drinks and there's other stuff, and so people get into nasty stuff. So I wanted to obviously avoid that, all those issues, and I like actually discovering the cities that we're in. So every city that we go to, if it's Istanbul, if it's Wellington, New Zealand, if it's Sao Paulo, Cork, Paris, Texas and France, Seattle, Miami, New York, you name it, I'm trying to figure out what makes this place tick. Where do people go to get their coffee? Where do they go for food? Where's the record store? Where's the vintage music store or instrument store? Whatever, clothing, all that stuff.
All right.
We try to do a deep dive.
Try to do a deep dive. Speaking of deep dive, we're
almost there, guys. One more lemon. If I haven't used them all, please God, tell me I haven't. One lemon squeeze, and we're gonna do horseradish. So let's get back to the Caesar salad. This is a cooking show, not just a question and answer.
We got the 1 minute egg.
This is one minute egg. I'm using the cayenne garlic Tabasco sauce, which I think is probably going to be quite fabulous. Quite fabulous. White wine vinegar, already added. We need some horseradish sauce, and for that I need, so here we go. This is anchovy paste. This is about how much I use. There's no measuring stick for this. I just go like this. Boom, that's it. That looked so unappetizing, man. That was disgusting. I don't know why I did that on camera. That was terrible.
They're calling it the 20-minute egg because I set the wrong timer.
Yeah. That was a terrible move, dude, clearly. Okay, so I love horseradish. I'm a massive, massive fan of horseradish. Massive. German people of the world, Austrians, Swiss, all you people that use horseradish, you're gonna figure it out. All right, so it calls for 1 teaspoon. I do like almost 2 tablespoons. I love it. If you want your Caesar salad dressing extra hot, stick with me.
If Ryan was a mouse, his name would be Ryan Cheddar. The more you know.
Is that from Cautious? Is that Cautious?
No, that was not Cautious. I think Cautious has long since left the chat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has. I don't blame him. It's taking 90 minutes for a 45-minute meal. All right, we need our garlic, pulverized garlic, and that's it.
At Ryan, who's your favorite EDM artist?
My favorite EDM artist? Man, that's like a not fair question. That's actually not fair. Musically, it would be a tie, and this goes back. These guys predate, because I'm friends with a lot of DJs, with a lot of EDM artists, from whatever, Chainsmokers to Marshmello to Diplo to you name it. And I love many of the songs. I think, Major Lazer isn't EDM, so I wouldn't say Lean On is EDM, because that's one of my favorite dance records of all time. But my two favorite artists that are truly EDM are Swedish House Mafia would be number one, and then Calvin Harris. And I think Calvin as a songwriter is like, he's just brilliant. He gets it. He gets it.
What's your favorite movie?
Of all time?
Of all time.
The Godfather, Part 2.
Part 2 is way better.
Braveheart would be number 2. Braveheart would be right behind it, and then Forrest Gump would be number 3. Which is kind of sad. Like, there haven't been movies in the last 5 years that would be on that list for me.
I mean, you know when your movie needs an interlude.
Yeah, you know it's going to be good. All I need is garlic. I just need the garlic. Where is the garlic? Sorry, everybody watching. I'm just missing garlic.
It's all good. While Ryan looks for the garlic, you can continue to hit me with questions and admire.
All right, here we go. So I'm using pre-pulverized garlic because I don't feel like spending the time. Normally I do chop fresh garlic every time, but I'm not doing it tonight.
Eddie Benjamin says, "Tell Ryan it's Eddie."
Eddie, that's the dumbest comment I've gotten all night. Like, literally the dumbest comment. Hey guy. Hey Eddie, how you doing, mate? Fair dinkum. Fair dinkum. Eddie Benjamin, fair dinkum.
Can we expect any collab with Martin Garrix?
Yes. That was a simple answer.
Simple answer.
Martin,
Keep it simple.
Wait, what time is it? We had dinner with Martin Garrix last week, and he worked until 7 in the morning. So what time is it in Amsterdam? He's still awake. Martin, if you're awake and you're watching, text me.
That was a horrible Australian accent.
Oh, thanks. That's
pretty rude. Oh no, that's just a
Is that
at
Australian?
that was at Cheyenne Fox.
All right, guys. I'm not trying to be Aussie. I'm not trying to have a perfect accent. It's not what I'm doing.
You got a tinge of Kiwi in there, actually.
There's a little bit of Kiwi.
I mean, Ryan, the people gotta know. They're really hitting me with this. The ending of the AirPod story.
Oh my God.
So, did you get them? Did you not? Are they lost forever?
So the AirPods got stolen at a venue they got stolen in Germany, Cologne, Germany. They went missing at the coffee shop that was next to the venue. What was the name of that place? Do you remember we went to the coffee shop?
Oh.
Right to the venue. Really cool.
I couldn't tell you.
Really, really good coffee shop right next to the venue in Cologne. And I got up, I took my AirPods off, and I set them on the coffee table. I went up to go to the bathroom. You went up to get coffee, and in that 2-minute window, somebody came in and yanked them, and they ended up in France. They ended up 350 miles away. I don't know how many kilometers that is. No, more than that. Probably 600 miles away, at basically a petrol station in the middle of France. So I have no idea what happened.
Plot twist. I took the AirPods. I shipped them to a petrol station in the middle of France.
That makes sense.
It was me.
All right, 1 lemon squeeze. We're almost there. Here we go. We almost done, girl. I'm gonna try and do this way.
We're in the finish
We're
line.
in the finish line. So if you want to catch seeds from a lemon, but get all the juice in and your hands are washed.
Imperative.
Look at that. See here, look. I got all the juice, Eddie Benjamin. I got all the juice, but I caught the seeds. See? Do one more of these. Come on, girl.
What are you making? Oh, some people. We've been on this for so long.
Yeah, I know. This is the 2-hour cooking show. Welcome to my world.
I think you should change the title from "World's Best Caesar Salad" to
World's
2-hour
cooking
cooking
show.
2-hour Caesar Salad.
Well, hey, I'm making up for like 7 years of not live streaming in one night.
Hey, the people are loving it, man.
God, I hope you like this. You're just hanging out. You know what? You're wherever you are. You're in Argentina. You're in Auckland, New Zealand. You're in Seattle. You're in Portland. But we're hanging out together, and that's all that matters. Like quarantining together.
This comment section is pretty lit. I can't even keep up. Yeah, some people have been here for a half hour. Some people have been here for an hour. Some people have been here for 2 hours.
I love it. We're all here together.
We're all here together.
This is the last ingredient of the night. This is breaking every rule in my book. I use fresh Parmesan every time I make the salad. I've never made it with store-bought, but and this is the wackest thing I could possibly, this is lame, because of the pandemic, they're out of fresh Parmesan. Apparently that's like a core staple thing that people need. Toilet paper, fresh Parmesan.
Get your priorities in order.
Priorities. So I'm gonna do like, I don't know, about half a cup. I'm gonna do it till it's like kind of a paste, basically. This is the Caesar salad dressing. And this is the best tasting one on earth.
On earth. At KL Shup, make a country song, please. Go listen to Beer Can't Fix by Thomas Rhett.
I wrote that.
He wrote that. He made a country song, please.
Beer Can't Fix, Thomas Rhett. I also did That Old Truck. I also did stuff with Rascal Flatts. I also did stuff with Carrie Underwood.
Hey, that old truck is a classic. That is such a well-written
That
song.
old truck. That old truck. All right. We're getting there. Look at this, guys. All right. We almost have a paste. This is nice, like, vibrant paste. It's pasty.
Will the album come out before dessert?
Well, that was sarcastic. All right, here we go. You guys done watching me mix Caesar salad dressing? Check it out. Add some cracked pepper, and we're done.
What do you
force you to watch me plate this because I want you to see how much I actually care about plating.
What are you trying to make? It is a world's best Caesar salad with shrimp Bruno, and we're almost there.
Yep. World's best Caesar salad.
More singing, please.
With shrimp.
Please keep singing.
Please keep singing. We're only here for the singing.
Did the shrimp swim away? No, the shrimp are in the oven.
Woo! Yeah.
Can you tease more on your next album? Is there anything you can give the people about the album?
How many songs are there? There's
11.
11 songs on the album.
But
So I'm doing this just to like rapidly cool this because I want the salad cold but the shrimp hot. There's 11 songs on the album. But we have a deluxe that has 3 more.
3 more completely original songs.
Completely original songs. Not some bullshit like we did an acoustic version of our last album and we repackaged it for you. Like we're not doing that. What else? We have a world tour planned. We have America. I've seen the dates in Europe. They're on sale. And they were like crushing. We were selling like crazy. And then a pandemic happened. So there's a little bit of a pause, but we are still doing the European tour. It's going to be the craziest tour in Europe in the fall. I say that with zero bias, zero exaggeration, and 100% certainty. The best tour in the fall, in autumn, in Europe, period. US tour, we already have planned. We were going to launch it on Friday, but there's a global pandemic called coronavirus, which has kind of delayed everything.
The Quarant Tour.
The Quarant Tour. The Quarant Tour. That's great. Who said that? That's amazing. The Quarant Tour. We should call it the Quarant Tour. We have a Middle Eastern tour, by the way. I saw the dates 1 week ago. We got a map of like 14 dates. All but one of them was in the Middle East. So we have a full Middle Eastern tour planned. Australia, South America, everywhere. But we're pausing because this is something the world's dealing with. We're dealing with the sickness that kills old people and young people, by the way. And we're doing our part by staying completely quarantined and live streaming obnoxiously long cooking lessons. I'm going to post the recipe from this dish from the Caesar as well as the shrimp the second I plate it. The lettuce is in the fridge, the dressing is in the freezer, it's staying ice cold. Everything is done. I don't think I missed anything. We've got croutons right here and right here. Caesar. Boom.
Caesar croutons.
Caesar croutons for a Caesar salad.
Hey Genevieve, thank you for the question. I believe we started almost 2 hours ago. Hope you and the family are doing well.
Yeah.
And hope everyone's reunited real soon.
See, she's probably mocking me right now. But the truth is, I've been answering questions, and I had the delay for a long time waiting for Parmesan. So I don't deserve any grief.
You're getting a little bit of flack in the chat over your pronunciation of Parmesan.
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 I have no idea.
Parmesan. Have you heard people? I've heard Parmesan.
How do you guys say it? Parmesan or Parmesan?
Phonetically spell it out in the chat.
Parmesan. S-A-N or Parmesan. I don't know. Ask it. Is somebody from Italy watching?
Somebody from Italy literally just commented. Yeah.
Parmesan? Parmesan? Dude, I don't think Italians say Jean.
No.
I think it's Parmesan.
Somebody said Parmesan.
Parmesan?
Parmesan.
That sounds like
does sound
Eastern
weird.
European. That doesn't sound Italian.
See, people are saying I say it like Ryan.
Parmesan.
Parmesan.
Yeah.
Well, and some people are saying Parmesan.
That's American. I feel like. Maybe, you know what? I don't know.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? You know what? You be the judge. Next time you host a cooking show, having no experience hosting any cooking show or live streaming ever, and you tell me. Okay. I think we're ready to plate.
Lettuce in the freezer.
No,
Lettuce in the fridge.
All right, here we go. You guys ready for this? I'm gonna do, let's see, let me get the tongs so I can actually grab this stuff. Here we go. Boom. All right, let's get the dressing now. Yeah, and the thing you have to do, I just wash my hands. Taste everything. Needs a little more, actually needs a little more lemon.
People are saying your cookbook would be a bestseller.
Probably not, but thank you. Thank you.
Where's Brent?
It needs to be spicier too. We need more horseradish.
More horseradish.
We need Brent down. Brent!
Make it 2 tablespoons.
Brent, get down here! He's so freaking shy.
We're gonna try FaceTiming Brent in here.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. This is gonna be amazing.
Oh my gosh, we've literally been on for the hour countdown is coming down right now. We've been on for 2 hours. Oh, nope. Brent's on phone. Ha ha.
Tell him to just get down. Get his
Go spam his IG. All right. So the stream is going to end. We got a 1 minute countdown here. I'm going to end the stream now, very quickly, so that we can see the final plate. So stick around. Yeah. Stream's coming right back. We're going to plate, and everyone's going to have a beautiful night.
You all can mock me for the next 10 years.